Now in fight three, you got Bryce Mitchell versus Jean Silva, and Jean Silva kind of with a quick turnaround, another Brazilian. This is why Brazil is going to be in droves, taking on the American, and there's going to be some backing for Bryce Mitchell. Maybe not though. Remember his first podcast, the comments. He had to come back and walk that back, but Jean Silva's for real, and this is a tough fight for Bryce Mitchell. Highly looking forward to it. Another featherweight showdown. Let's get into it right now. In the featherweight division at UFC at 314, I cannot believe this. You got Bryce Mitchell taking on Jean Silva, who's coming off a first round victory just a week or two ago, right? So he's only going to have about 5 or 6 weeks rest. It should be plenty. Now let's get into it. Mitchell 17-3, Silva, the Brazilian, 15-2, and has just looked impressive while having a good time, which is unbelievable. Mitchell, 3 inches taller, 5'10". He's 30. Jean Silva, 28. Mitchell, 1 inch reach advantage. He fights left-handed. Silva fights right-handed. Now Mitchell, 2.3 significant strikes per minute. That's because he likes to land takedowns, not stay on the feet. Silva, 5.3 significant strikes per minute. He hasn't needed the takedown game really. Right now he gets one every 4 rounds. Bryce Mitchell, 33% takedown defense. He's coming off the win over Kron Gracie by KO, lost to Josh Emmett by KO, beat Dan Ige by decision, and he did it with the 5 takedowns. But Silva, 80% takedown defense. So he has the ability to keep the fight standing. He KO'd Melsick, Bagdasarian, uh, just a few weeks ago prior to this fight on February 22nd. Beat Drew Dober, third round KO. Charles Jourdain, second round KO. Weston Wilson, first round KO. Kevin Vallejos at the Contender Series. It was a close fight, but he won that by decision. So the guy's rolling right now. Bryce Mitchell is on a higher level than the fights that Jean Silva has won. You got to wonder where those two losses for Silva came from prior to the UFC, but he just seems like since he's been in the UFC, he's on a different level. As much as I like Doug Nasty, aka Bryce Mitchell, there's no way I'm going against a Brazilian here. I like him to win this fight. He's going to defend the takedowns really well. If Bryce Mitchell can land takedowns, it could be trouble. But I'm sure Silva's got a ground game too. He'd just rather keep it standing, and he does so with an awkward stance and keeping you off balance. And he tries to lull you to sleep with being friendly and things of that nature. But Bryce Mitchell won't buy any of that. But it doesn't matter. Gene Silva's still going to win this thing, likely by KO. To be honest, in my opinion, and with the 16-2 here, featherweight division, UFC 314. Again, how can you go against Brazil in this one? I mean, Gene Silva just plays with his opponents. And, we've seen Bryce Mitchell lose now, so we know what it looks like. And Gene Silva just seems like he's on another level. Yeah, he doesn't have the same caliber of fights as Bryce Mitchell, but at the same time, Gene Silva is a trash talker. During the fight, he plays with his opponents. And just when you're like, you got to stop doing that, he gets the KO. So this is not a guy to be played with. And hopefully, Bryce Mitchell's taking this one very serious. That's the bottom line.